Pleasant morning, comrades, brothers and sisters. I want Trinidad to understand that the government is an employer, and we must make the distinction between the government as an employer and the government as the government. And notwithstanding, there are two fundamentals. The fact is that we live within a democratic society, and therefore ethical and good governance and respect for human rights and human beings are fundamental to our very existence and democracy. That is one point I want to make. The government as an employer has a legal right to respect the Industrial Relations Act, to respect the collective bargaining process, to respect all the ILO conventions that governs relationship between an employer and a trade union on behalf of workers. And when a government can, callously disregard the laws of Trinidad and Tobago, because that is what the Prime Minister is doing. The Prime Minister has failed to engage the trade union movement and its representative in the context of a workplace policy. This Prime Minister have been saying over and over, there is no mandatory vaccination. And how do you justify in a society where we respect law, when we are called upon to respect the laws of Trinidad and Tobago, that a government can introduce tin Godism into our democracy and into our collective bargaining process? Comrades, brothers and sisters, this is about us, This is about our future. This is about our rights. This is about our spirituality. This is about our right to determine as a worker whether or not I want to be injected. And let me make it clear, NATUC, just like JTAM, has made it patently clear. We have no issues with workers who determine they want to take the vaccination. What we have an issue with is when an employer, the government, when the 1%, the business community, the political elites, determine for me and you that you must take a vaccination to get paid. Listen to what this Prime Minister is saying, brothers and sisters. Pay attention to what is being articulated. We're going down a road that we must stand up firm against. Because what does a government mean by that? All right, where is the responsibility on the part of the government to say we accept liability to the workers who determine that they want to take the injection? If the injection is so good, if it is so, if the efficacy has been established, why it is that the government or the private sector, right, doesn't want to accept liability for forcing or using coercion on workers to take a job? Ask yourself that question, Trinidad and Tobago, and you will begin to see what is unfolding in Trinidad and Tobago before our eyes. And therefore, we in the trade union movement have a legal and a moral responsibility, a spiritual responsibility to ensure that we as citizens, we as workers, we as the trade union determine the society and what we want as a people, not the politicians, not the 1%, not the financiers. We must understand that, and I will conclude by saying I have no doubt in my mind that our spirituality going to overcome this, because we determine the environment in which we live, and I want people to understand that. Not Dr. Rowley, not the Attorney General, not the 1%, not the Rowan Sininans, and the Moonans and all those big financiers. Is we, at the ending of the day, going to determine the society that we want. And we must never, ever, ever, ever forget that, brothers and sisters. Thanks for the opportunity. And NATUC, again, is not supporting mandatory vaccination. And we are saying is if any employer wants workers to take mandatory vaccination, they must accept liability as an employer, be it government or the private sector. Thank you, comrades. Long live, and may our ancestors, mothers, and fathers continue to guide us as we continue this just struggle. Because this is real, brothers. This is real. This have a level of spirituality in it that we must pay attention to, and we have to go back to our forefathers and mothers to guide us in this just struggle. Thank you, comrades.